Mira has committed 7 abortions for me in the past. How am I sure she will still give birth to a baby again? I can't marry her.
Mira sat on her small bed and stared at her phone like it was a mirror. A message blinked on the screen. Kenny, morning babe, I will call you later. Busy day. Mira smiled even though her eyes looked tired. She had been smiling like this for 10 years. 10 years of later. 10 years of soon. 10 years of I'm working on it. Still, Mira loved him like it was the first day. She stood up and tied her hair back. Her room was neat, but simple. A small table, a small mirror, a small hope that refused to die. She walked into the kitchen area and opened her purse. She counted what she had. It was not much, but she still picked up her phone and sent a transfer. Mira, for your fuel and lunch, don't stress yourself. She sent it before she could change her mind. Then she whispered to herself, one day it will be our turn. She had dreams, big ones. She wanted a small business, a peaceful home, and a husband that would choose her loudly, not quietly. And Kenny had dreams too. He wanted a big office, a big car, and a name people would respect. That was why people loved them. People said they were a power couple. People said Mira is a good woman, she holds him down. Even Kenny's mother once said it. Kenny's mom, my son is lucky. Not every girl will stay. Mira felt proud that day. She felt like her waiting had meaning. Mira and Kenny met at a small youth program. Kenny was the kind of boy that made everyone laugh. He spoke like he already knew the future. Kenny, I will be great. I'm not joking. Mira liked that confidence. She liked how he looked at her like she mattered. He started visiting, calling, checking on her. Then one day, he held her hand and said, Kenny, I don't have much now, but I will marry you, I promise. Mira believed him. And that promise became the rope she held for 10 years. That afternoon, Mira visited Auntie Sade. Auntie Sade was washing clothes outside when she saw Mira. Auntie Sade, Mira, you are losing weight. What is eating you? Mira forced a laugh. Mira, nothing, Auntie. Work stress. Auntie Sade looked at her face like she could see inside her heart. Auntie Sade, is this still Kenny? Mira kept quiet. Auntie Sade dropped the cloth in her hand. Auntie Sade, 10 years, Mira. 10 years is not courtship again. It is a long road. Where is it leading you? Mira's voice became small. Mira, he says he's not ready yet. He says he wants to settle well first. Auntie Sade sighed. Auntie Sade, a man does not need to finish the whole world before he chooses a wife. When a man is sure, he is sure. Mira swallowed hard. Mira, but he loves me, Auntie. He does. Auntie Sade didn't shout. She just said something calm that's still hot. My dear, sometimes love is not the problem. Intention is the problem. Mira stood up quickly. Mira, I need to go, Auntie. Auntie Sade held her arm gently. Just promise me one thing. Don't ignore signs because you are scared of starting again. Mira nodded, but deep down, she didn't want to hear it. Starting again sounded like failure. Mira sat on her bed again. Kenny called. Kenny, babe? Mira, hi. Kenny, you sound cold. Mira, I'm just tired. Kenny, you know I'm busy building my life. You understand, right? Mira hesitated. Kenny, do you still plan to marry me? There was silence. Then he laughed softly, like it was a joke. Mira, why are you bringing marriage talk now? We've talked about this. Mira's chest tightened. Because I'm not getting younger, because people ask me, because I want peace. Kenny's voice became sharp. So now, you are pressuring me after all I've been through? Mira felt tears rise. Mira, I'm not pressuring you. I'm just asking. Kenny breathed out. Look, let's talk later. I'm tired. Good night. The call ended. Mira stared at her phone again. Then she whispered to herself, maybe tomorrow. That weekend, Kenny posted a photo online. It was a picture of him in his suit standing beside a woman Mira had never seen before. The caption said, "New beginnings." Mira's heart dropped. She typed a message, then deleted it. Typed again, deleted again. Finally, she said out loud, "Who is that?" And that was the first time Mira's hope started shaking. Mira did not sleep well. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw that picture again. Kenny, that woman, new beginnings. In the morning, she called him. No answer. She called again. No answer. She texted, "Mira, who is the lady in your post?" He replied after 1 hour, "Kenny, it's a colleague. Don't start this thing. Don't start this thing." Mira read it many times. So, she was starting something by asking a simple question. She decided she would not fight on phone. She would go to his office, face to face. Maybe she was overthinking. Maybe it was nothing. But her stomach did not believe nothing. Mira wore a simple dress and flat shoes. She did not want attention. She just wanted truth. She got to the reception. Receptionist, "Good morning, ma." Mira, "Good morning. I'm looking for Kenny Ade." The receptionist checks her list. Receptionist, "He is in a meeting." Mira smiled politely. Mira, "Okay, I'll wait." She sat down. Minutes passed. People walked in and out. Phones rang. Laptops opened and closed. Mira's hands were sweating. She checked her phone again. No new message. After some time, she stood up. Mira, "Please, can I just drop something for him?" Receptionist, "You can, but..." At that moment, Mira heard a laugh from down the hallway. A deep laugh. Kenny's laugh. Her heart jumped. She followed the sound without thinking. The hallway was quiet. There were glass doors with name tags. She saw one door slightly open. The voices inside were clear. She stopped because she heard Kenny's voice and another voice, his friend Femi. "Femi, Kenny, I'm asking you as your friend, what is your real plan for Mira? When are you marrying her?" Mira held her breath. She leaned closer without entering. Kenny, "Ha ha ha. Femi, don't start this talk." Femi, "No, answer me. 10 years is not beans. That girl has helped you." Mira's throat tightened. Femi, "I remember when you lost that first job. She paid your rent. She paid your bills. She even gave you money for that professional course that brought you here." Mira's eyes got hot. Then Kenny spoke. "See, Mira is comfort. Spare tire. She's there until I find real wife material." Both men laughed loudly, and what he said turned Mira's body cold. Kenny, "Look, Mira is a good girl. Yes, she tried. She did her part." Femi, "So why are you delaying? Why not marry her?" There was a small pause. Then Kenny said, very calmly, "Kenny, because I can't marry her." Mira almost gasped. Femi's voice rose. "Femi, why?" Kenny answered like he was talking about a simple thing, like rice and beans. "Kenny, Mira has committed 7 abortions for me. In the past, how I'm sure she will still give birth to a baby again. She is for enjoyment, not presentation. My wife must be fresh, innocent, and church type." Mira's knees felt weak. Femi spoke again, shocked. "Femi, 10 years of relationship, Kenny. You weren't even anybody when she met you." Kenny laughed. "Ha ha ha. Exactly. That's the point. She met the old me. She helped the old me. But I'm not that guy again." Mira's hands covered her mouth. Her heart was beating fast, like it wanted to run away. Femi's voice now rose. "Femi, so you used her?" Kenny sighed like he was tired of explaining. "Kenny, I didn't use her. She offered. I didn't force her. She wanted to be ride or die. That's her choice. Mira's throat tightened. Femi, 7 days now? And what is she to you now? Kenny answered, and the words hit Mira like a slap. She's like a side chick that stayed too long. Silence. Mira couldn't breathe. Her chest felt like someone poured hot water inside. Femi spoke again, low. Kenny, you are wicked. Kenny's tone changed, almost warning. Kenny, don't call me wicked. Life is levels. I'm in a new level. I need a woman that fits my new level. Femi asked, so what will you do now? Kenny said, I'm already talking to someone serious. Someone my mom will be proud of. Someone classy. Mira's head spun. Femi said, and Mira? Kenny replied, I'll slowly make her understand. I can't just cut her off sharply. She's emotional. She will cause scene. Mira bit her lip until she tasted blood. Then Kenny added something that broke the last piece of her heart. Besides, she owes me too. She should be grateful I stayed with her for this long. Mira's eyes widened. Grateful? For 10 years of waiting? For being used? Mira stepped back. Her body moved without her mind. She turned and walked fast. The receptionist saw her face and stood up. Receptionist, Ma, are you okay? Mira didn't answer. She pushed the building door open. Outside, the sun was bright, but Mira felt like she was inside darkness. Her phone rang. Kenny? She stared at it. Then she answered with shaking hands. Mira, hello? Kenny, babe, where are you? Reception said someone came looking for me. Mira's voice was dry. Mira, yes, it was me. Kenny paused. Kenny, why didn't you wait? Mira laughed once, one short laugh that sounded painful. Because I heard enough. Silence. Kenny's voice became careful. Heard what? Mira whispered, you said I'm not your standard. Kenny didn't reply quickly. That silence was a confession. Then he tried to talk. Mira, it's not like that. You know guys talk. Mira's tears fell again, but her voice became steady. You called me a side chick, Kenny. Kenny's tone changed sharply. Why were you listening at my office door? That's wrong. Mira's mouth opened. She couldn't believe it. He was angry that she heard the truth, not ashamed that he said it. Mira said slowly, so that is your problem, that I heard it? Kenny hissed. Let's talk later. Mira answered, no, we talk now. But Kenny ended the call, just like that. Mira stood on the roadside shaking. Then she sat on a low concrete block and cried like a child. A woman passing by looked at her with pity, but pity could not fix what was broken. That night, Mira got a message from an unknown number. It was a picture of Kenny on one knee, proposing to the same woman from the New Beginnings post, and the message under it said, congratulations to my brother, wedding loading. Mira dropped her phone. Her eyes went blank. Then she whispered, so this is why. Mira didn't cry the next day. She didn't even feel tears again. She just felt empty, like someone took her heart out and left a hole. She went to work. She smiled at people. She answered greetings. But inside, she was not there. Her friend at work, Tina, noticed. Tina, Mira, you are too quiet today. Are you fine? Mira nodded. I'm fine. But Tina didn't believe fine. After work, Tina followed her. Tina, let's sit somewhere, please. Mira tried to refuse, but her strength was low, so she followed. They sat at a small place and ordered drinks. Tina watched Mira's face. Tina, talk to me. Mira stared at the table. Then she said the truth in one breath, like she was throwing it away. Mira, Kenny is getting married. Tina's mouth opened. Tina, married? But you and him? Mira nodded. 10 years. I helped him. I waited. People called us couple. But he said I'm not his standard. He said I'm like a side chick. Tina held her chest. Tina, God, Mira. Mira's voice broke a little. Mira, and do you know what hurts me most? I feel stupid, like a fool. Tina reached for her hand. Tina, you are not a fool. You are just a good person that trusted a wrong person. Mira's eyes filled again, but she blinked them back. Mira, I want to call him. I want to ask him why. But what will it change? Tina shook her head. Don't beg him. Don't cry in his hands. Let your silence speak. Mira nodded slowly. That night, she went to Auntie Sade again. Auntie Sade opened the door and saw Mira's face. Ah, it has happened. Mira's lips trembled. He's marrying someone else. Auntie Sade didn't say, I told you. She pulled Mira into a tight hug, and Mira cried again, but this time the cry sounded different. It was not, please stay. It was, I'm tired. After Mira calmed down, Auntie Sade said, now you will do something that will save your life. Mira looked up. What? Auntie Sade answered, you will choose yourself. Kenny finally called. His voice was soft, like honey. Kenny, Mira, can we talk? Mira said calmly, say what you want to say. Kenny cleared his throat. I didn't plan for things to happen this way. It's just life. Mira didn't reply. Kenny continued, you know I care about you. Mira laughed softly. Care? Kenny, you don't care. You just don't like to look bad. Kenny's voice became defensive. That's not true. Mira spoke like she was reading a book. You called me a side chick. Kenny went quiet again. Then he said, look, I'm getting married soon. I don't want drama. I'm calling so we can end things peacefully. Mira's heart squeezed, but she didn't show it. Peacefully? Yes, I don't want you to start calling my fiancé or posting online. Mira's eyes narrowed. So, he was afraid, not sorry. Mira said, Kenny, I won't embarrass myself, don't worry. Kenny relaxed. Good, I knew you would understand. That word, understand, made Mira's hands shake. Understand what? That she should be used and dumped? Mira took a deep breath. Mira, I also want to say something. Kenny said quickly, okay. Mira's voice became firm. Everything I did for you, I did it with love. But I will not pretend you didn't break me. I will not clap for your wedding. I will not be your friend. And I will never be your option again. Kenny's voice turned hard. Mira, don't talk like that. Mira replied, I'm talking like someone that finally woke up. Then she ended the call. Her hands were shaking, but her heart felt lighter, like she dropped a heavy bag. That same night, Kenny sent her one more message. Kenny, I'm sorry if you heard things the wrong way, but please, can you send me 200K? I have an urgent issue. I'll pay back. Mira stared at the message. She smiled, not because it was funny, but because it was clear now. He still saw her as a wallet. Mira typed one word, no. And immediately, Kenny replied, wow, so this is who you are now. Mira's smile disappeared because she knew that Kenny was not done. Not yet.
Kenny's wedding talk was everywhere. Mutual friends posted invitations. People that used to praise Mira started acting strange around her. Some people avoided her like heartbreak was contagious. Some people came with fake sympathy. Sorry dear, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Mira kept smiling like she was okay. But at night, she would lie down and stare into darkness. Not because she wanted Kenny back, but because she couldn't understand how someone could pretend for 10 years. Mira did not plan to go near the wedding, but that morning, Tina called her. Tina, Mira, please don't be alone today. Come to my place. Mira agreed. At Tina's place, they cooked small food and tried to distract themselves. Then Mira's phone buzzed. A new message. It was from Kenny's mom. Kenny's mom. Mira, my daughter, please come and see me. Urgent. Mira's chest tightened. Tina read the message. Tina, are you sure you should go? Mira stood up slowly. Mira, it's his mother. Maybe something happened. Tina insisted on following. They got to Kenny's family house. The place was busy. Music, guests, decorations. Mira's stomach turned. Then Kenny's mom came out and pulled Mira aside. Her eyes looked worried. Kenny's mom. Mira, thank God you came. Mira's voice shook. Mira, Mama, what is it? Kenny's mom held her hand tightly. Kenny's bride, she's not picking calls. She left the hotel. Nobody knows where she is. Mira blinked. Mira, what? Kenny's mom started crying. Kenny's mom, the wedding is today. Guests are here. Kenny is shouting. Please, Mira, help us. Mira stepped back, confused. Mira, me? How? Kenny's mom said something that made Mira's heart jump. Kenny's mom, they said she found something. Something about Kenny. Something he hid. Mira felt cold again. What did Kenny hide? Kenny's mom begged. Kenny's mom, Mira, you know Kenny better than anyone. Please help us find her, even if you hate my son now. Mira's lips parted. This felt like a movie. A wedding, a missing bride, a secret. Tina whispered to Mira, Mira, be careful. Mira nodded. Then suddenly Kenny himself rushed out. He stopped when he saw Mira. His face changed, shock mixed with anger. Kenny, what is she doing here? Kenny's mom snapped. Shut up, your bride is missing. Kenny's eyes widened. Kenny, what? His mom cried. Kenny's mom, she ran away. Kenny's face turned pale. Then his eyes landed on Mira again like she was the enemy. Mira, did you do something? Mira's mouth opened. Are you mad? I just got here. Kenny moved closer, voice low, threatening. If you spoil my wedding, I swear. Mira cut him off, her voice loud for the first time in many years. Kenny, you ruined my life for 10 years. Don't talk to me like I'm your child. Everyone turned and looked. Kenny froze because Mira had never spoken like that. Kenny's phone rang. He answered quickly. Then his face dropped. He put it on speaker without thinking. A woman's voice came out, his bride. Bride, Kenny, don't come looking for me. Kenny's voice shook. Baby, what is going on? Where are you? The bride's voice sounded angry and hot. You lied to me. You said you were clean. You said you had no past. Kenny swallowed. What are you talking about? Then the bride said the words that made everyone quiet. Bride, I went to a health check like you asked, and the doctor told me something. Kenny, I have an infection, and they said it likely came from you. Mira's eyes widened. Kenny's mom screamed, Jesus! Guests started murmuring. The bride continued, crying now. And when I asked around, I heard you have been with other women while dating me. I heard you are still collecting money from another woman. Mira's heart pounded. Was she talking about Mira? The bride ended with one sentence that cut deep. I'm not marrying you. Don't call me again. The call ended. Silence. Then shouting. Kenny's mom held her head. Kenny stood like a statue. Guests started leaving. Mira's body shook. Tina held her elbow. Tina, Mira, let's go. But Kenny turned slowly to Mira, eyes red. Mira, this is your fault. Mira stared at him, shocked. How is it my fault that you cheated and lied? Kenny's voice rose. If you didn't start acting proud, if you had helped me. Mira shouted back. Help you? Kenny, I helped you for 10 years. I helped you until I forgot myself. Everyone heard it. Kenny looked like he wanted to slap her, but he didn't because the truth had already slapped him harder. That night, Mira got another message from Kenny. Kenny, please, I need help. I'm in trouble. I made mistake. I need money for treatment. I'm sorry. Mira's hands trembled. So the infection was real. And now he was running back to the same person he called side chick. Mira stared at the message for a long time. Then she whispered, God, what do I do?
Mira did not reply Kenny immediately. She turned off her phone and cried. Not because she missed him, but because the whole thing felt heavy. Kenny hurt her, used her, insulted her, but now he was sick. And still, part of her remembered the old Kenny, the boy that promised, the boy that held her hand, the boy she thought she knew. Auntie Sade came to see her when she heard what happened. Auntie Sade sat beside her on the bed. Auntie Sade, Mira, your eyes are swollen. Mira's voice was low. Mira, he's sick, Auntie. He's begging. Auntie Sade nodded. Auntie Sade, and your heart is fighting your sense. Mira burst into tears again. Mira, yes. Auntie Sade held her hand. Auntie Sade, listen carefully. Being kind does not mean being foolish. You can have a good heart and still have boundaries. Mira wiped her face. Mira, so should I help him? Auntie Sade thought for a moment. Auntie Sade, if you help, do it because you want peace, not because you want him back, not because you want him to regret and run to you. And don't let him pull you into another 10 years. Mira nodded. Mira agreed to meet Kenny in a public place. Tina followed and sat far watching. Kenny came looking different. He had lost weight. His eyes looked tired. When he saw Mira, he rushed forward like a man drowning. Kenny, thank you for coming. Mira didn't hug him. She just sat down. Kenny's voice shook. Kenny, I made mistake. I know. I was foolish. I was proud. Mira stared at him. Mira, you weren't just proud, Kenny. You were cruel. Kenny looked down. Kenny, I'm sorry. Mira's eyes were calm now, not begging, not shaking. Mira, what do you want? Kenny swallowed. Kenny, I need money for treatment, please. Mira nodded slowly. Mira, okay. Kenny's eyes brightened. Kenny, you will help? Mira raised one finger. Mira, listen first. I will help you one time, not because you deserve it, but because I want my heart to be clean. Kenny reached for her hand. Mira pulled back. Mira, don't touch me. Kenny froze. Mira continued. Mira, after this help, Kenny, you will never call me again. You will never ask me for anything again. You will not use my kindness as a door to enter my life. Kenny's face twisted. Kenny, so you are punishing me? Mira replied quietly. No, I'm protecting myself. Kenny's eyes filled with tears. Kenny, I lost everything. My wedding, my name, my health. Please, don't leave me too. Mira's voice was steady. Mira, you left me first. Then Kenny whispered, Kenny, can we start again? Mira stared at him like she didn't recognize him. Mira, Kenny, you don't miss me. You miss what I do for you. Kenny opened his mouth, but no words came. Mira stood up. Mira, I'll send the money for treatment, but I'm not your wife, I'm not your girlfriend, I'm not your side chick. I'm just a human being that refuses to become bitter. She turned to go. Kenny's voice tracked behind her. Kenny, so that's it? Mira answered without turning back. That's it. Weeks later, Mira used the pain to build something. She started a small online business with Tina's help. She saved, she learned, she grew. Her smile came back, but this time it was real. One evening, a customer came to pick an item. It was a man named Daniel, calm, respectful, and kind. He spoke gently. Daniel, you run this business alone? Mira, yes, for now. Daniel smiled. You're strong. Mira didn't blush like before. She just smiled politely, because this time she wasn't hungry for words. She was full of self-respect. Final scene. Kenny comes back. One day, Mira returned from a delivery and saw someone at her gate. Kenny. He looked weaker. Mira's stomach turned. Mira, what are you doing here? Kenny's voice was small. Kenny, I'm sorry. I need help again. Mira stared at him for a long time. Then she said the hardest simple truth. Mira, Kenny, you should have valued me when I was yours to value.
Kenny's ball is filled. Kenny, please. Mira shook her head. Mira, I already helped you once. I am not your emergency plan. Kenny stepped closer. Kenny, I'm dying. Mira's heart squeezed, but her feet didn't move. Mira, then go to your family, go to your friends, go to the standard you wanted. Kenny's face broke, and for the first time, he looked like a man who understood too late. Mira opened her gate and went inside. She closed it gently, not with hatred, with closure.
This story teaches us that sometimes life does not break us with noise. It breaks us slowly, with promises that never happen, with soon that never comes, with love that feels real but has no future. Mira did not lose 10 years. She learned 10 years. She learned that love without respect is suffering. She learned that helping someone is not wrong, but forgetting yourself is. She learned that you can be kind without being foolish. And most importantly, she learned that you must never beg to be chosen. Because when someone truly values you, they don't hide you. They don't delay you. They don't call you a side chick. They don't upgrade their life and downgrade you. Kenny thought life was about levels. He thought when he rose, he could leave behind the one who helped him climb. But life has a way of teaching pride. Sometimes, the same person you look down on today will be the one you run back to tomorrow. And sometimes, when you finally see their worth, it's already too late. Mira chose peace, not revenge, not drama, not bitterness. She helped once because her heart was still clean, but she walked away because she finally loved herself. And that is the biggest lesson of all. Never let loyalty turn you into an option. Never let fear of starting again keep you in a place that is killing you. And never forget, the right person will not need 10 years to decide. Sometimes, losing someone is not punishment, it is protection. Now let me ask you, if you are Mira, would you have helped Kenny at all? Or would you have closed the door immediately? And if someone has been in your life for many years, but still has no clear plan, how long is too long? Let's talk in the comments. I really want to hear your thoughts. If this story touched you, if you felt something, if you learned something, please don't just scroll away. Like the video, comment your opinion, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories that speak to real life. Because sometimes a story is not just entertainment, it is a mirror. And maybe this one was yours. Thank you, besties, for watching.